In the late 9th century, long before a unified crown, the land of Norway was a fragmented mosaic of petty kingdoms. Each fjord and valley was ruled by its own ambitious chieftain, their power as shifting as the northern seas. From this fractured landscape, a single, powerful vision emerged. It belonged to Harald, son of Halfdan the Black, a ruthless and determined leader from the powerful Yngling dynasty. Legend tells of an oath he swore, a vow to the woman he wished to marry, that he would not cut or comb his hair until he had conquered all of Norway. This singular promise earned him the epithet Harald Fairhair. His relentless campaign of conquest sent ripples of fear throughout the land. Chieftains and jarls who had known only independence saw their autonomy threatened. In response, a formidable coalition rose from the west and south, a union of rivals bound by a common enemy. Leaders from Hordaland, Rogaland, Agder, and Telemark gathered their fleets, determined to halt Harald's ambition and preserve their way of life. They were the last bastion of the old ways, standing against the tide of unification. The final decisive confrontation came around the year 872. The chosen battlefield was a long, narrow fjord near Stavanger, Hafrsfjord. It was here that the fate of Norway would be sealed. A forest of masts filled the fjord as the rival fleets converged. Dragon-headed prows sliced through the cold water, shields lined the gunwales, and the air grew heavy with the anticipation of battle. War horns blared, their deep, resonant calls echoing off the surrounding cliffs, a savage prelude to the violence to come. The battle commenced with a terrifying roar. It was a brutal, close-quarters naval engagement. Longships rammed into each other, their timbers groaning. Warriors leaped across the chaos, axes and swords finding their mark in a whirlwind of steel. The sea turned red. Amidst the carnage, Harald Fairhair proved himself not just a king, but a fearsome warrior. He led from the front, his personal longship a spearhead piercing the enemy's formation. His presence inspired his men and struck fear into his enemies. The fighting was savage and lasted for hours, but Harald's superior tactics and the unyielding spirit of his warriors began to turn the tide. One by one, the leaders of the coalition were slain or forced to flee. King Eirik of Hordaland fell, as did King Solka of Rogaland and his brother Sote. The resistance crumbled, their fleet shattered and scattered. The victory was total and absolute. As the sun set over a fjord littered with the debris of war, Harald Fairhair stood as the undisputed master of Norway. His oath was fulfilled. He had crushed the last major opposition and forged a single, unified kingdom from the disparate territories.